Now, I've been joined by a poet and a Ga blogger. Now, he is Ni Kwade Intre, and he's going to help us to get into this conversation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and I'm happy to be here.
It is good to have you here. It's good to have you here. Now, apologies for not letting you know ahead of time that you could have also dressed like me.
Precisely. Precisely.
Anyway, so let's start with languages. How many languages will you find among the Ga-Dangme people?
Thank you. Among the Ga and the Dangmes, I'll explain the Ga-Dangme
Okay,
name.
please explain.
Ga-Dangme is a recent coinage. In order to foster unity between the Gas and the Dangmes,
Okay,
that name, Ga-Dangme, was coined
okay.
to project us as one people.
One people.
Yes,
Okay.
but Ga and Dangme. Basically, we speak Ga,
Okay,
a variation of Ga as you drift from Gamashi
Okay.
towards Tema and Bo.
okay.
And then we have the Dangmes. They also speak Dangme. And you have the variations, even with the Krobos.
Okay. Okay. Give us a sense of, there are some people who watch us who would not have a good picture of the landmass where you find these two major groups of people. Give us a sense, because you just mentioned from Gamashi to Tema and Boom for the Gas, and then the Dangbes too are there. Try and give us a sense of how far widespread are we looking at?
There's a place called Langba. Langba is around the place between where we know today as, the name is still coming, but after Obutu.
Okay.
After Obutu. And then Ga starts from there, all the way to Tema. So even in appliance or libation, we say, Keje Langba.
Okay, from Langma.
Or from Obutu Aplau. Because Obutu Aplau and Gans share some commonality. But the Gans start from Langba,
Okay.
all the way to Tema and Pong. And then up north to Insawam.
Okay.
Now, when you get into Insawam, there is a mountain called Nyanao. It's very evident.
Yalau.
Nyanao.
Nyanau.
Nyanao. Nyanao is where you have the junction going towards Franchinko and Asamankesi, right from the main road. Yes, that's where we have our land.
Oh, wow.
So in one of the songs, we say, Yadua bele moye, awusambi yadua bele moye, Nyanao shishi ingbodengme yaka yaka. It means I've toiled for nothing and I've baboons coming down from the mountain to destroy my farm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yanao.
So, Nyanao.
Okay.
Yes, and then to the east, it stretches all the way to Tema and Pong.
Okay.
Now, after Pong, you have the Adans going around all the way to Osudoku and the rest.
Okay.
So we have a very
It's a very
vast
wide
place
expanse.
of the same people. Although variations in language, we are the same people. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, Ga is the basic language of the people from Langba to Gong. Dangwes, are there variations in the language?
Yes.
Okay.
With the Dangmes, let me start with the Gas.
Yes.
In Gamashi, we say Alonte.
Okay.
When you get to Teshi, it's Ano.
Oh.
It's the same animal.
Oh. Wow.
Yes. In Ga, we say
Alonte is monkey, right?
no.
What
cat.
what animal is a cat? Okay.
I need to
Alright.
find you.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're doing it. We are learning as
yes.
we go.
Bathhouse, Ejue.
Ejue.
But when you get to Teshi, it's Mose.
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 Okay.
You know, these are the little variations.
Okay.
And in some expressions, the way you put it over here, it's not the same over there. The same applies to the Dangbes.
Okay.
So you have the Dangme, you have the Krobos. If you understand the basic syntax elements of the language, you will know what is going on.
Okay.
But it gets to certain areas where you find the variations. But it's the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see. We let's talk a little bit about the basics of the language. Looking at alphabet, so my understanding, and I don't have any proper context of understanding any of our local languages in terms of the alphabets that exist. But I know in the English we have 26 letters. What does it look like in the Ga language?
The Ga was first translated in 1740. The first language ever.
1740.
Yes, 1740.
Okay.
Ever to be translated from the local dialect into English in this confinement called Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, 1740.
Okay. Wow.
And they used different characters. In the olden Bible, in fact, that's the best reference one could point to.
Okay.
They use characters. You know the character called function in maths
Yeah.
used to be sh, sh.
Okay.
Now we don't have it. We use simple s and h to give that sound,
Oh, I see.
that pronunciation.
Okay. Okay.
DZ or DZ,
Yes.
J.
Yeah.
Now we use ordinary J.
J.
These are some of the things. The accents on certain characters have all changed.
Really?
Yes.
What's happening? What's making this evolution happen? What's causing it?
You know, expansion brings change to language.
True.
Modernity affects language. We're getting to a point, one of the things that people complain about is that we don't have machines that could use the old characters to bring about the spelling of the words, for which reason they changed it.
Okay.
But that's not a better excuse.
It's not a good enough
Yes, not a
reason.
better excuse, yes. So these are some of the factors that has indicated in the change in what we see. So we don't have the olden alphabets in our present
I see.
writings.
Is there a way of restoring this? Can we do anything about it? I mean, I think it would be good if we were able to restore some of these old alphabet back into the language and then teach it so that people understand, how things are supposed to be.
Fantastic. But I belong to a different school of thought.
Okay, tell me.
Let's keep the old language in the books.
Okay.
Let's refer to these things in the books. Let's allow change to occur.
Okay.
Now, when you allow change to occur, you bring more people into the speaking of the language. Yes. You see, language must be meaningful. People must be able to use the language in their modern dispensation.
Okay.
So let's allow the language to evolve, but let's keep the brakes on. Shouldn't let it go a while. Yes. Let's allow the language to evolve. Let's allow people to bring in vocabulary to enrich so that we can apply in our modern day environment. Take, for instance, go to the laboratory. The burettes, the pipettes, and so on.
Yeah.
We must be able to bring all these. Well, I have a background in IT, so the routers, the crimping tools,
Of course.
the cable test,
yeah.
we should allow all these. So as we change the phonetics, we should allow modernity to come into it.
So let's look at it. Let's look at a practical example. If we were to say router, how would we say router in Ga? Because it was not made here.
Yes. Bechonlo. It's routing. But bechonlo.
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 That which finds its way.
No,
Or
creates
a way.
Creates.
Creates a
Bechonlo.
way.
Bechonlo. Because in routing,
Yeah.
IPs come,
yeah.
and you read that, yes,
Yeah.
bechonlo.
Bechonlo.
So you bring the
Interesting.
understanding in
Interesting.
coining
I like that.
the word.
Okay.
We should allow all these to occur. Yes. Else,
see.
the language will be non-functional.
Yeah. Okay. How would you say internet in Ghana?
Internet.
Yeah.
Jenjenfe ntang.
So basically, what you've done is to bring the meaning of the object,
The entity.
the entity,
Because
the
you don't
meaning
have
of it,
a
because
word.
There's no word for it.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. This is fascinating. Okay, so what you said just now is supposed to mean internet, but give us the full meaning of what you said.
Jenjenfe ntang.
Yeah.
Internet is what brings everything together and is interconnected.
Yeah.
The interconnection is intang. Intang is
Web.
thank
The
you.
web. Yeah. Okay.
Worldwide. Jenjen.
Yeah.
Fe intang.
Okay. Smart. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so let's look at the languages again and go back and say how many subgroups are we looking at across the entire Ga-Dangbe region?
Basically, two.
Okay.
Two. The Gans
And then
and the Dangbes.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, two.
Okay. Why is it that, and I've heard this, but why is it that we have different, let's look at the Gans, we have different Ga groups across, so if we say we're starting from Gamashi, for example, there's Gamashi, then we have Osu, then we have La, then we have Teshi, then we have Nungwa. I mean, they are not the same, but they are the same. What's the difference?
Migration
Okay.
and settlement.
Okay.
We are the same people, but we arrived at different periods.
Okay.
Yes.
Arrive from where?
Good. It's believed that we've traveled from the banks of River Nile. Others believe we come from Israel. In some books, it says we come from just the Volta Basin area. But the fact is that we have traveled
Okay.
to this place.
Okay.
And due to where we passed, we picked along our path certain experiences.
Yeah.
And that is the reason we have certain variations. So people arrive at different periods. Others gave some later arrivals
Yeah.
a place to live.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yes. So we are the same people. But you see, I want to put this across.
Yes, go ahead.
Once I mentioned my name, Kwadi,
Yeah.
the question you ask is that, do you come from Yuabumang? Do you come from Gamashi Atukpai?
Okay.
Do you come from La Abese?
Okay. Okay. So along all these different settlements, the name is present. Okay.
This and enough evidence
Okay.
that we are the same people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Any final interesting things that we should note about the Ga-Dangbe language group?
Yes. Without my language, I am not.
Okay.
Because embedded in my language is the way I conduct myself by way of culture, tradition, and so on.
Okay.
What I do for you to see me as Ga is embedded in my language. You know, there's something Ganyo,
Yeah.
Fantenyo, Blofonyo. The suffix is Nyo,
Yeah.
but there's nothing called Nyo.
Really?
There's nothing called Nyo. You must have a prefix for which reason he or she becomes a Nyo.
Okay. Okay. But there's not, like, Nyo doesn't stand on its own.
No.
Interesting.
So I must be a Ga speaking Nyo
Okay.
to become a Ga
Ganyo.
Nyo. So without my language, who am I?
Interesting. Interesting.
That's
So-
one important thing about our language.
So, if there's Ganyo, then a Ganyobi is a child of
A Ga.
Okay. Okay.
So I must be careful with the way I handle myself by way of speaking my language, the way I interpret my language,
Yeah.
and even what I do with my language, because it's all me.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of
who
who am
you are.
I.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. We definitely want to hear more from you. You're going to do a performance for us.
Yes.
But we'll hear more from Ni Ga-Dangme in just a little bit after these short messages. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily on City TV. Thank you guys so much for spending your Monday morning with us. Now, don't forget that this Saturday at exactly 7 p.m., we'll be bringing you the Entertainment Achievements Awards. You nominated people, you voted for them.
Yeah.
The entire nation and the world will find out who gets to take home that award. And of course, we have a lot of amazing performances throughout the night, so you don't want to miss any of it.
Absolutely. Well, I have a message here. Let me just quickly read this. This message says the people of Pong are the last of Ga and the start of Dangbe, but the people of Pong are Dangbe. Okay, interesting. All right, so we definitely want to hear throughout the week all the thoughts you have as we present the different segments for you, celebrating the heritage of the Ga-Dangme people.
Yes, and we're doing all of this because as a country, we need to remind ourselves of our history, our culture, our past, so that we have a clear sense of identity. Other nations have gone ahead to invent things, innovate things that we consume. And the only way we can actually get ahead is we have a strong sense of self.
Yeah.
We started with the Ashanti, we've done the Evers, we've done the Northern, we're doing the Gas. And you never know, later on, sometime this year, we'll bring back and talk about other cultures in this country because it's really important for us to be tolerant and also celebrate the diversity that we have in this country.
Absolutely. Well, Ni Ga-Dangme is going to give us a piece. Thank you very much for watching Breakfast Daily. My name is David Kwekusechi.
And I am Jifa Ike Amacham. Now let's listen to that amazing piece.
Ewa, nyongo ewa, yo. Ewa, nyongo ewa, Penu mo beche ingbo kuma ewo beni ya che nyongmo ewo klana akaye ashimie ani ni akamie akaye ashimie ani ni akamie penu mo beche ingbo kuma ewo beni ya che nyongmo ewo klana ngai ka glama mi je shon ke pa ke ni na bo ke tekebo ke ya ni na chemensa bo sompo o ple mi etwa mi na ne shitu ni klante ke plebi e bo mi hie kwe e fo mi fe ake mi here ablekuma boy e fe mi gbo ye mi tempon no na me ke hingbe atu efe sheyemo kechu mingo aso mi shere odododo la le ko lo mi kumbise ke ya chen ni ayikushi kwemi ha ablekuma hime ne hine na wonu ke chiete ejiewo ha lebi nsheku yeloi ejake akrabacha ko be ni ba ha wo yayai ano wochomo pana ye holoi ke gbangba mai ni alawo so yama shi wonye shipon meba ablekuma otrumu jiji onike kwe wona jian he boni kwa tamodokpo kotose wo hie kutekple swane po ne ni afwa be nyohu te wo kete wonabu etwa wotun ye shonga wo ni wongole he won aw me ba wo je o musunfe ke chon ablekuma neke ke shi heremu echie wo ye patu gbele wo na emlie mi ke mi shwefe a chomo konkono duade ni ko da kelo apele hunue ye tesai ke akpalei ano ni nyonle bo a nmowo keji no pa no ablekuma ele wo fiboni wo die nche wo le wo he na wo min pe wo wa bia na asa won toileta mo mele shi egbe ni moko a here wo no shi bo fe boni o blotu a shi yenwele echi atatugbe iwole ma fe waka ke shwe ejon ni ba twa konte asan mate akranshi ne gbojo fe shieko no achomo agbai ni anye no ke fibo pan ne fende ni wo gonti min kakao efe mpampi keji ishe na kaimbe bawo mi obon jole bawo mi obon ni makwe bawo mi obon jole bawo mi obon apete shi han gboku ji ongba jole bawo mi obon apete shi han gboku ji ongba jole bawo mi obon ni makwe a chekwa yemu ine ni kwa de ntre nyenu ne nyewladon